It's your girl Jaya back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. Hey, y'all, I know it's been a minute. Make sure y'all are like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Your girl is back, all right? I'm back, all right? I'm not just posting a video and being gone for months back. I'm back. So, y'all already know this is a story time. Don't look too much at my background. It's not very much right now. It's just me in my bedroom, and this is just what y'all gonna get for right now. But y'all, what's up? Like, how's it been? Like, for real, how's it been going? What's been going on with me? I mean, life is actually pretty good. I just had to get myself into the swing of things, and I'm like, you know what? I need to start making my videos again. It's been so long. I know y'all been asking where I've been at and when am I posting again and this and that. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I got y'all. I'm here and I'm coming back with a story time. I know Vlogtober is in a couple days. As I'm recording this, it's what, the 28th. So I don't even know if I'm posting this tonight, tomorrow. I don't know when I'm posting this, but it might be on the 1st. Who knows? I don't want to just go on here and say I'm doing Vlogtober, because that might just be a little overwhelming for me to do all that since I'm just getting back. But I'm going to post as much as I can in October. All right, I'll tell you that much. I will. I'm just trying to do it where I can stay consistent, because I know when I did Vlogtober last year, it was just too much. But anyway, well, I don't want to say it was too much. I appreciate everyone who watched all my videos, because I did a lot with posting every day and having all those different costumes and all those different looks for y'all, and I just feel like I didn't get a lot out of it, and it was just very discouraging. But whatever, I didn't really do it just to do it to get a bunch of subscribers and all that. I did it because I actually enjoy making the content and giving you guys the videos and trying to be creative. But at the same time, it was a lot of work, and it was discouraging that I didn't get the views that I wanted. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. So either way, that's that. I'm back. And as y'all can tell by the title, actually, I don't even know what I titled this yet, but y'all already know it has something to do with a bad date. So this is one of the worst dates I've been on, if you even want to call it a date. Do I even want to call it a date? Y'all, just let's listen to this story. This is very recent. Like, when I say recent, I mean like the beginning of the summer, maybe even middle-ish. I don't know. It happened this past summer. And I've been really just trying to take my time going back into the dating scene, just because I had a lot of life going on, and I just felt like I wasn't in a position where I should be dating, because if you don't have your life together, then what are you dating? You need to be going to get your life together, which I'm still getting my life together, but I'm in a position where I'm like, okay, you can go out there and start dating. So that's what I did. Now, I was already dating this guy, and when I say dating, guys, I mean like texting, talking, going out on dates, and yeah, you know, like that. Literally dating, not like necessarily boyfriend and girlfriend. But anyway, so I was already dating this guy, and we've been like on and off for a while. Anyway, dating him, and if I'm just being honest, he just wasn't doing what I needed him to do, like what I wanted from him. But at the same time, I can't really be mad at that, because he told me what it was and that he wasn't able to do that for me. So I can't even be mad at that. Anyway, when you want more, you just gotta go get someone who is ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, one day I go and I take my daughter to her cheerleading practice. It's a closed practice. We cannot go into the practice. So I sit outside and wait in my car, because I'm not leaving my 5-year-old out of practice by herself and driving all the way back home, especially since it's a whole 30 minutes away. Not doing that. So I sit outside the practice for a whole hour, and I just be on my phone chilling. Really, I should start making content during that hour, just because I just be sitting there on my phone scrolling, looking at other people's content. So now I'm just chilling in my car the whole hour. I go in to get my daughter, come back out, and I noticed like there's this guy parked next to me now in this truck. I noticed him when I first got out the car to go in to grab my daughter, but when I came back out with her, I noticed like he was staring extra hard, which, I mean, I'm used to that. Whatever, people be staring extra hard, especially in the summertime, because I be wearing my little shorts and whatnot, and you know, your girl got a little booty back there. Well, a big old booty back there. So yeah, he was staring. I'm just like, whatever. I wasn't really trying to make too much eye contact because it was just like kind of weird, because the way he was staring, since he was in a truck next to me and I was sitting in my car, he was staring all up in the car. And I'm just like, okay. So I'm not sure. I know he's seen that I put my daughter in the car, but I know that he couldn't see her once she was in the car because my windows in the back are tinted. So he could just see me like through the front window, whatever. So he rolls down his window and he's just like, hey, like trying to get my attention, because I don't roll my windows down in the summertime. Like I always have my air on, just because I just be too hot, especially when my hair be like this and I just don't need it to get sweated out. So sorry. I know I talk a lot with my hands, so if it's distracting, I'm sorry for y'all. That's just how I talk. But he's just like, hey, you know, trying to get my attention. So I roll the window down because I see him and I'm like, oh, you know, he looks kind of cute for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I knew at that time I wanted to start dating other people, but I wasn't really going anywhere to meet new people, if that makes sense. Like I was literally only going to work. I would go out and stuff, like to the clubs and stuff, but I don't want to meet nobody at the club. I'm sick of meeting niggas at the club. All right, I don't want to meet nobody else at the club. So I'm like, well, how else you supposed to meet people, Drea? So I was just like, all right, let me just see what he wanted. So I rolled in my window. I'm like, you know, hey, you know, how you doing? He's just like, hey, you know, you're so beautiful. You know, your daughter, you know, she cheers here. I'm like, yeah, you know, she cheers here. And I'm like, you got a daughter who cheers here too? And he was like, oh, no, I work in the building, this, you know, this back building behind here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, you about to go to work? And he was just like, yeah, I'm actually, you know, on my break right now, about to go back in. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, yeah, you know, can I get your number? And I'm just like, sure. And y'all, a lot of times, like when guys try to talk to me in front of my daughter, like I be feeling really uncomfortable. I do. But at this point, she was in the back seat. Of course, my daughter is Nebby, so of course she's just like, who is mommy talking to? But at the same time, I gave her little juice, I gave her a little snack, and I gave her iPad, so she wasn't really paying attention to me. So, you know, we're exchanging numbers, and that was that. So I went on about my day, and I'm thinking nothing of it. At this point, her practices are on Sunday, and I'm over here like trying to debate if I'm going out for Sunday fun day or not, basically. And honestly, I can't remember if I did or not, but that's neither here or there. It's irrelevant to the story. So the rest of the day goes on. By the end of the night, I believe he texted me and was just like, hey, you know, this is such and such. And let me give him a name. Let's name him Tavon. So Tavon is texting me like, hey, you know, this is Tavon. It was nice meeting you today. I want to take you out. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, you know, that's fine. You know, we can go out. You know, what did you have in mind? He was just like, honestly, you can pick where we go. You know, what do you like to do? Just trying to get to know me a little bit. Like, what do you like to do? So I'm just like, oh, okay. Honestly, I just work. Look, I'm so like lame these days, y'all. I don't even know. I'm like, oh, I'll just be working. Other than that, I'm really with my child, and you know, like you see me, I was sitting outside her practice today. I'm like, what do I like to do? I go out to the club sometimes, like, you know, I like to go out with my friends and whatnot. And during the week, I'm really just work, daughter, sleep. Like that's it. Like I don't really be doing much else. So he's just like, all right, so when are you available? I'm like, well, weekends are best for me to do something. Friday night, Saturday night, perfect. So he's like, okay, all right, we could do something
let's do something this weekend.
I'm like, okay. I let him know that Saturday night was going to be a better night for me. So he's like, cool, we can definitely do something Saturday night. He was just like, well, and we were just honestly just texting back and forth, like getting to uh know each other that night. Cool. That was the end of that day the first day I met him, which was on a Sunday, y'all. Just remember that. It was on a Sunday. So Monday comes, I don't think we text each other. Tuesday comes, he hits me up. We're texting back and forth again. He's asking about some of the places that I may want to go. And y'all, honestly, like I can tell you all day, like where I want to go. Like, do you want to go out to eat? Do you want to do this? And honestly, I'm just so tired of that. Like, first of all, I'm on my weight loss journey. This forever non-ending weight loss journey. I don't care how many times I fail. I'm just going to keep trying, guys. So on a whole nother weight loss journey. So if I'm being honest, I didn't want to eat. And I made that clear. I was just like, honestly, I want to do something interactive and fun. Like I don't necessarily want to sit down and eat. And he's just like,
Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, so what do you want to do?
so I'm like, I mean, we can do whatever. He was like,
Well, you know, I like to go on dinner dates and then maybe go see a movie or we can go bowling.
I'm like, that's cool. I was like, I don't really want to eat, like go out to eat just because, I'm really trying to stick to my my meal prep that I'm doing. And I just really, if you're going to date me, I just really need you to respect that because although I can go out to eat and eat something healthy, I'm just in a point in my life where I just want to stick to what I meal prep and we can go out on a date. Yeah, bowling's perfect. Yes, let's do bowling. You know what I'm saying? So he's like,
Yeah, but I always do bowling. I don't want to do bowling.
I'm just like, okay. I was like, you know what? I'll think about something and I'll let you know. Like, I'll get back to you. Because at this point, he's texting me during the week. I'm either at work or as soon as I get home, I'm with my daughter. So I'm doing homework. Or at this point, I wasn't doing homework because it was summertime. But I'm with my daughter. So at this point, I'm spending time with her. I'm cooking dinner. We got to get in bed. Because by the time I get home, it's like 7 p.m. So you do the math. There's only so much hours in a day. So I'm like, you know what? I'll get back to you. So a couple more days go by and it's Thursday at this point. So on Thursday, I hit him up like, hey, what's going on? What you doing? And we're just texting back and forth. And I was just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do Top Golf. He was like,
Okay, I never done that before.
I'm like, oh, cool. Like, that's perfect. I was like, Top Golf is actually a great place to go because you can get food there if you want to eat. Because I know how adamant you are about wanting to eat something. So we can go there to eat. And then, you go there, it's interactive. We're actually like doing something. And then, it's a nice area, inside, outside area where we can talk and really get to know each other. So I think Top Golf would be perfect place to go. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh.
Okay, yeah, cool. Like, we can definitely do that.
And I was telling him like Saturday and this is an app. So cool. Since you want me to pick the place so damn bad. So Friday rolls around and I don't hear from him on Friday, which is fine because Friday is usually when I spend time with my daughter and we have our little movie nights. And yeah, Fridays are usually dedicated to her unless she's at a friend's house or something. So we're chilling. I'm not thinking really nothing of Friday, texting him or nothing. I'm really not thinking that much of him all week just because I just met you on Sunday and I have a lot going on. I'm still a mom and I still gotta do what I gotta do. But I'm not like, I am still thinking about the fact Saturday, okay, what I gotta do Saturday. Oh, okay, I gotta find a sitter. I gotta, if we're gonna go on this date. Even though at this point we didn't even establish a time yet. But I was still making sure that I was gonna be available since I did tell him Saturday would be a good day for me. So now Saturday rolls around. I end up getting a sitter for my daughter. And at this point, it's like 2 o'clock p.m. And he hits me up Or no, he doesn't hit me up. But when we talked on Thursday, he tells me how it'll be better if we do it like a little later in the day, like later around 4, 5 o'clock ish. So I'm like, that's cool. Like I can definitely, see around that time. So now our Saturday rolls around and I don't hit him up because I'm thinking he's going to hit me up just because he mentioned how he had to work Saturday during the day or whatever. So I'm just waiting for him to get off and hit me up and say, hey, establish an actual time. So he's just like, okay. Or I'm just like, okay, I still haven't heard from him. And at this point, it's like 3 o'clock. And I'm not going to hold y'all. I was tired as hell. Like, I was so tired. So I was like, you know what? I am just going to take a quick nap until he tells me he's ready. Like, I was low key, like, really, not even low key. I was really tired, y'all. I was so tired. So I lay down and I set the phone right next to me. I'm a super light sleeper, so I know if he like called or text me that I would hear my phone ringing or going off or whatever. So I lay down and I'm asleep for like 2 hours at this point. Next thing you know, I get a text and it's from him. And at this point, it's 5 o'clock. And he's just like,
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
and I was just like, oh, I'm chilling. I wasn't sure if we were still going on a date or not. He was just like,
Yeah, where did you want to go again?
and I was telling him, oh, Top Golf. And he was just like,
Okay, you want to go to Top Golf. Let's go around 6 o'clock.
and of course, I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, it's 5:15. Yeah, 5 or 6 o'clock isn't going to work. I'm gonna need a little bit more time than that. And he's just like,
Oh, no worries. Just let me know when you're done. We can go as soon as you're done getting ready or whatever.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm not gonna lie. At this point, like me taking that nap, it made me even more tired. It did. The nap made me even more tired. So now I'm just like, okay, Drea, you've been texting back and forth all week. You said you was gonna go on this date. You said you want to get out and start dating again. The guy doesn't look half bad. He's pretty attractive. You were a little bit annoyed because he just kept going back and forth on you or where you wanted to go. But whatever, we're gonna let that slide. And yeah, so sorry, I saw something, y'all. My bad. But I'm just like, all right. So I finally got myself out the bed. Like I felt like it took forever. Like I didn't even get out the bed until like 6 still. Like I still laid there for another 45 minutes because I was tired. But Top Golf didn't close till 1, which I already knew that because I've been there. Like I don't know. I think I've been there like 2, 3 times, and he said he's never been there. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm getting up, and I'm like, okay, let me start getting ready. Now I had already took a shower and stuff before I laid down to take a nap because I knew when I got up I was just gonna have to put my clothes on and fix my hair and all that. And at the time I had braids in, so there wasn't really much I had to do for real. Just maybe fix a lash or something. So now I'm like, okay, I'm texting him. I'm like, hey, I'm dressed and ready. Where you want to meet up at? Because I just didn't want him to come pick me up. We can meet somewhere and I can ride with you, but I just didn't want him to pick me up. So I had looked to see how far Top Golf was from my house. And when I looked, it said it was 33 minutes. So I texted him. I was just like, hey, like, where you want to meet up? Where you want to meet up at? And he was just like, oh, we can meet up in this area, which was literally the next town over from me. And I was just like, okay, cool. But where do you want me to park at in that area? You know what I'm saying? And he was telling me,
oh, park at the Planet Fitness.
no, I don't know about anybody else's Planet Fitnesses these days, but the ones around here, they're no longer 24 hours. Okay. So I was just like, so you want me to park in the Planet Fitness parking lot? Like, aren't they closed? And he said,
What, are you scared you're going to get towed or something? It's 24 hours.
and I was just like, okay. Like, I didn't tell him, like, no, it's not. Because, you know how men are. They want to always be right. And I'm not about to be telling you wrong. So, not only that, but the one in my town isn't 24 hours. So, I just assumed that the one in the next town over wasn't 24 hours either. Not only that, but I used to live in the next town over as well. But anyway, he was just like,
well, if you're that adamant about it, we can just take your car.
and I'm just like, nope, we're not taking my car because shit, you asked me on a day, you gonna drive me and shit. So I was like, nope, it's cool. I'll meet you there. I said, how far is it from you? He never hit me back. I'm like, whatever. He was like,
I'm about to start making my way there now.
I said, all right, bet, me too. So I goes, and now I'm driving to the Planet Fitness on the next town over. So I'm like literally 3 minutes away. He's calling me like,
hey, where you at?
And I'm like, oh, I'm pulling up now. I was like, actually, I'm pulling into the shopping center because the Planet Fitness was inside of a shopping center. I was like, but I don't see your truck. He was just like, yeah, he was like,
yeah, I'm parked up top because you was right, the Planet Fitness is closed.
I already knew that because when I pulled in, everything was dark. The whole shopping center was dark, no cars, nothing. And I was just like, okay, well, where do you think I can park at so I can hop on your car and we can go? He was like,
oh, you know them apartments at the top of the hill, them old people's apartments.
And I was just like, oh, yup, I'm about to go up there and park over there right now. Go ahead, meet me over there. He's like, all right, cool. So I'm driving over to the apartments at the top of the hill, and I go and find me a nice little parking spot. And I'm like, all right, cool, where you at? He was just like,
did you drive in there and park yet?
And I'm just like, yes. He was just like,
are you even in the right apartment buildings?
And I'm just like, it's the only apartment buildings over here. Everything else over here are like little townhouses, attached houses or whatever. So I get out the car and I start walking. And he's like,
man, I'm about to pull in there now because I don't see you.
I'm like, how the hell could you see me if you ain't pulled into the damn? You know what? This man is giving slow vibes. Because now I'm starting to feel like, I don't know, Drea. Like my antennas really started raising. Like, I don't know. It was just like his whole demeanor just started changing. Like, it was weird. So I'm just like, okay, just pull up into the parking lot. You'll see me walking. I'm starting to walk down the hill because I parked more towards the back because, I don't know. It's an older people facility. So I didn't want to take up all the close spots in the front, trying to be nice. So I'm just like, okay, pull up in here. So he finally pulls up in here. He's like,
is that you walking?
And I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, oh, okay. So he pulls up on me and, he stops or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, hey, what's up? I open the door and he's just like,
hey.
And he's just like looking at me. And I'm just like, and I'm looking at him like this because there's shoes sitting on the front seat. There's a bag. There's a water bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean out the motherfucking front seat. Like, what are you doing? Would you want me to sit on all of this stuff? So I'm like, yeah, you good? Like, what's up? So he's just like, oh yeah, no. So he, like, once I said that, he started moving his stuff. He was just like, yeah,
So, like, what, you want to drive?
And I was just like, no, like, we didn't agree on that. He was like,
no, I'm just saying, like, you already been there before. You know where it's at.
And I was just like, I've been there before, but I don't just know where it's at. Like, I literally had to put it in my GPS. And he was just like,
oh, well, I'm just saying you might as well drive because you've been there before. Like, you know where it's at.
What? Like, didn't you just say that? And didn't I just say, didn't I just say, I have to look it up to know where it's at? Like, is this man high? Like, I don't know what this man was, but I'm just like, should I be getting in this car? So I'm just like, I text you and said, It's 33 minutes away from me. I asked you how far it was away from you. Like, it's 33 minutes. Like, is that okay? Like, are you cool to drive? He was like,
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I just figured you would want to drive because,
no. I'm like, oh, no. He was like,
I mean, because I can get out and you can just drive.
I'm like, no, I'm not driving your car. I'm not driving your car. I'm just not doing that. So he's like, no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. So he's moving all his stuff out the way. And I'm getting in. And I'm just like, well, hey, like, what's up? What's going on? He's just like,
Hey, you look so beautiful. This and that.
I'm just like, thank you. It's cool. I'm just like, my antennas is up at this point. But I'm just like, it's cool, Drea. I don't know. I don't know why he's acting like this all of a sudden, but whatever. So I sit down, I put my seatbelt on, and he doesn't pull off yet. And I'm just like, is everything okay? Excuse me. He was like,
yeah, like, how far is it again?
I was just like, oh, you didn't look it up at all? Like, you didn't look it up in your GPS? I was like, do you want me to put it in my GPS? He was like,
yeah, just put it in your GPS.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because at this point, I'm like, let's just go. So I put it in my GPS. It said 32 minutes. He was like,
dang, I thought it would be closer if we had left from here.
And I was just like, well, it's same amount of time, same distance. Like, I don't know. I told you where the place was. I told you how far it was from me. I asked you how far it was from you. And in my head, as I'm saying all this, I'm like, he probably didn't even look up what this place was. He probably don't know how much it costs, because these days, Top Golf ain't cheap. You got to pay by the hour and everything. Like, it's just not cheap. So, I'm not saying that he didn't have the money or nothing, but you're already complaining about just not knowing how to get there. Like, GPS doesn't exist. Like, I don't freaking know. Anyway, so I put it in my GPS. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go ahead and get on the highway. So he's like, all right, cool. So it's just quiet for a second. And y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I had brought my like a water bottle with me, and it's like it's not like a clear like plastic water bottle. It's like an actual tin water bottle. It's actually my daughter's. It's small, but I had poured some alcohol in there and was drinking it, because after I had my date with him, I was going to go out with my one of my girlfriends. So I would just already had been sipping on it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to bring it with me, so while we're at Top Golf, I can just be sipping on it still. Not only that, but the way when this man was acting, I'm happy I did bring it. Now, I know, don't come for me, y'all. Like, why would you bring that on a date? Listen, the way this man was talking to all that, trust me, it wasn't about to be one of those dates where it was like I had to be super cutesy, you know what I mean? Okay, this is me. At the end of the day, I'm bringing my little water bottle. Not only that, but he didn't know what was in there. For all he knew, it was literally a water bottle. But whatever, there was alcohol in it. So now it's just in the car, it's quiet, and I could tell like he's irritated or something, and I don't even know what the fuck I did at this point. So it's quiet, and I go and I'm just sipping on my bottle at this point, because you're not about to ruin my Saturday night, and I got a sitter. You're not gonna ruin my night. So now he starts talking, and he's telling me how I look beautiful again, and he just like,
yeah, so Top Golf, like, where is this again?
and I was just like, well, the GPS is saying it's 30 minutes away from here. You know, it's a little out the way, but I figured since you didn't want to go bowling or anything, that you would, you want to go somewhere different. Like, you want to come here. And it's something we already agreed on days ago. So he's like,
no, it's cool. Like, we're gonna go.
I'm like, okay, cool. So now we're talking back and forth, and now we're actually having regular conversation. I'm like, okay, I think things are going to be okay from here. Yay. So happy. So now we're just on the highway. And I'm like, cool. We're going. We're actually going. Like, let's do this. But as I'm saying, let's do this, and this is all in my head, I'm just like, oh my God, like, do I want to even be this far out with this man? Because I just felt like that little encounter was just so odd. You know what I mean? So now we're driving out there, and we don't get very far. We're literally only about 8 minutes into this drive, okay? Mind you, it's 30-minute drive. We're about 8 minutes in. And he was just like,
yeah, we're not going there.
And I'm just like, what? Like, say a little louder. What? He's just like,
yeah, we're not going there.
I'm just like, okay, what? You're talking about you don't want to go to Top Golf anymore? He was just like, yeah. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's why I was having this inner feeling as to me not wanting to go this far out with you anymore. Because something told me like this man is just freaking weird. Just weird. So he's like,
yeah, I don't want to go anymore.
I'm just like, you know what? Okay. Where do you want to go? You tell me where you want to go. He just like,
I don't know. I just really wanted to just take you out to eat.
I just feel like, what? Am I wrong for saying that I just didn't want to go out to eat because I was really trying to get back on my health kick and stick to my prep meals? But we can definitely go to a place where you can get food and stuff. Like, oh my gosh. I just don't feel like I'm wrong for that. And him saying, yeah, I so respect that, this and that. And I'll turn around like, I just want to take you out to eat. I don't want to eat. Like, look at me. Do I look like I need to eat? Come on, man. So I'm just like, okay, well, do you want to do something else? I'm like, I know this bar lounge we can go to. They got good music, you know, it's a good vibe in there. They do sell food. Because I wasn't getting food. I don't care, y'all. I just wasn't getting food. I was like, but there's a good vibe in there. They have hookah. Like, I'm trying to think of like different things we can actually do.
No, I don't be in the club scene all like that.
I'm like, okay, well, it's not really like a club. It really is more like a real chill back, more hookah, just music vibe spot. But he's like, nah, I don't know. Well, where this at? Like, where is this at? Because I don't want to just be up with, you know, I don't even want to say like hood, because I don't even want to say he was like a super hood dude or nothing like that. But he just never been to the spot I was talking about, so he didn't know what to expect, even though I was explaining to him what to expect. But that's neither here or there, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, where do you want to go? He was like,
you know, we're going.
I'm like, we're going to the bar lounge. She's like,
no, we're going to Top Golf.
I was just like, okay, cool, we can go to Top Golf. So now I'm like worried, because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this man? Like, for real, what is wrong with this man? Because why are you so indecisive? And why are you changing your mind so like last minute? Like, what is really going on? Like, why don't you want to go to Top Golf anymore? Or why didn't you want to go anymore in the first place? The first time I didn't ask any questions. I'm like, okay, maybe he just don't feel comfortable with going all the way out there. But now I'm just like, okay, but now he wants to go back out there again. So like, what's going on? So I'm just like, okay, we can go back out there. I was just like, what's going on? Like, why didn't you want to go out there before? He was like,
man, the drive is just too far.
And I was just like, okay. Well, when we were at the house, when we were both still at the house, I texted you and asked you, how far is it from you? He was like,
yeah, and I didn't look. And I should have looked, but I didn't look.
And I'm just like, okay, well, why didn't you look? Like, I don't understand. He was like,
I don't know. We're just going to Top Golf.
I was like, okay. So we drive 2 more minutes. And at this point, y'all, I was drinking. I don't give a okay, I was drinking. Because this man, at this point, I'm starting to get stressed out. I'm getting stressed out. So now, 2 minutes later, he's just like,
yeah, we ain't going there.
Y'all took everything in me not to cuss this man out. It took everything in me. I wanted to be like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with your dumb ass? Like, no. Let me stop. I was just like, get off at this exit right here. Get off at this exit right here. Just get off. So he hurries up and he gets off at the exit. And he was like, where are we going? Where are we going? I was like, well, we ain't going to Top Golf. Shit. I was like, listen, do you want to go to the bar lounge I was talking about before? He was like,
man, we're not going there. We're not going there.
I was like, you know what? That's fine. I was like, at this point, you pick the place. You pick it. Sorry, let me adjust this a little bit. I just feel like at this point, you pick the place. You pick the place because I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not playing this game with you. I'm not. This man is 30 years old. Or no, is he 30? I think he was 29. Because I was like, oh, wow, we're the same age. I don't know, 29 or 30. Either way, I'm basically the same age as that. So when we had got off at that exit or whatever, I'm just like so many things going through my mind at this point. Like, what the hell is going on? So he's like, I told him to go ahead and pick the place. He's just like trying to drive and look stuff up on his phone. Like,
man, let's just come on, look, like let's go. I know Cobra's still open. Let's go there.
I'm like, the restaurant? Like, what you want me to do? Sit there and watch you eat? Like, I don't want to do that. Like, is there anywhere else we can go? He was like,
I really just want to take you out to eat.
Why did this nigga want to feed me so bad? Like, do he want to poison me or something? Why do you want to feed me so fucking bad? Why? Why can't we go and do something interactive? What was the point of you asking me all week, oh, you pick the place, you pick the place, you pick the place, just for me to pick the place and you tell me yes and then tell me no? Y'all, I was so frustrated. So now at this point, he was like,
we're not going to that other place.
We're yelling back and forth at each other like we have been together for years. This is our first date. I don't know you, but now I feel as though you're getting disrespectful. And I'm in your car, so I'm trying to keep my composure. Because I'm low-key trying to open the door to hop the out. So, because at this point, we're just driving through neighborhoods and I don't know where we're going. I don't. So I was just like, you know what? You can just let me out. Because I'm texting my sisters. I'm texting our group chat. And I'm like, y'all, this man is crazy. I'm scared to go anywhere with him right now. I'm about to hop out the car. And it's so funny because my cousin gonna be like, no. It was either my cousin or my sister. They was like, think of the scars. Like, if I were to jump out and how I would get jacked up. They were like, think of the scars. So I'm just like, true, but shit, this man is crazy. Like, the fuck? I don't know what's going on with this man. So I'm just like, let me out the car. While I'm saying this, I'm texting my girlfriend like, hey, meet me at this place, you know, because, yeah, she's like, I'm about to hop in my car right now. She a real one for that. So he is just like,
what? You want me to let you out?
I'm like, yeah, this isn't working. We're yelling back and forth. I don't even know you like that. I don't even know your last name. Like, just let me out, pull over, and let me out this car. And he was like,
no, like, I'm not about to just leave you outside. It's dark outside. I'm not about to just leave you. That's weird. Like, you a whole female.
I was like, I don't care. Let me out of the car. He's like,
nah, like, I could take you back. I can at least take you back to your car. I can take you back to your car.
I was like, yes, thank you. I was like, take me back to my car. Take me back to my car. So he's just like,
all right, I'll take you back to your car.
I was just like, okay. So now at this point, I'm sitting here in silence. And this man is just talking to me like,
man, like, you're just so beautiful. Like, please, like, I don't want this night to end.
Sir, this night never started. Talking about you don't want it to end. This night never started. He's like,
just give me another chance. Look, Cobra's still open.
If you say motherfucking Cobra one more time, because I don't want to go to a restaurant. He was like,
come on, let's just at least sit down and talk and go to.
I said, I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to sit down with you. I don't want to go anywhere with you. He was like,
you can't even just give me a second chance. It's just a lot. Like, you gotta understand, you know, not everybody just wants to be driving out that far.
I said, I do understand that. However, I don't know you to know that you're that type of person. Not only that, but I told you where I wanted to go. I asked you, how far is it from you? You never responded. When I told you how far it was from when you picked me up, I told you it was 32 minutes. You said that was fine, right?
Yeah, I said it was cool, yeah.
I was like, right. So why not right then and there before I hop in your car? Wouldn't you say, oh, you know what? That's too far of a drive for me. Why wouldn't you say it right then and there? He was like,
Yes, I know I should have said something. I should have said that it was just too far. I just can't do it. I don't like driving out that far and I don't know where I'm going. That's why I had asked you to, that's why I had wanted you to drive.
and I said, well, we didn't establish that. Not only that, but you still never even told me that you didn't like driving that far. So how would I have known that? Because maybe if I would have known that, I would have picked somewhere closer. Or I would have said, you know what? Okay, yeah, maybe, sure, maybe I will drive. If you're really not that comfortable driving out that far. Like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to say these things. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know you. Okay? Tavon, I don't know you. So he was just like,
Yeah, I know, but you gotta look at it from my point of view.
I said, I am. I'm trying to. And you're sounding kind of crazy. You sounding crazy, Tay Tay. Okay? So now he's just like,
All right, well, I just don't understand. Like, we could just go somewhere else right now.
I said, I want you to take me back to my car. As soon as I said this again, y'all, the car went from 35 miles per hour to him driving 5 miles per hour. So now I'm getting nervous. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I just want to go home. Why did he slow down a car? Why is he driving super slow? Is he about to kidnap me and kill me? Is he about to beat me up? Is he about to drug me? Like, I don't know what he's about to do, but at this point, I'm just getting impatient, and I'm just, at this point, at 5 miles per hour, I can hop out this car. I ain't gonna have many bruises, if any. He's driving so slow, y'all. I was getting so frustrated. So now, I'm just like, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's all good. Like, it's cool. Just, you're fine. Take him out to my car, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just literally drinking out of my cup, okay? Just drinking out of that water bottle. And I'm texting my roommate, like, don't come anymore. Just wait, just wait. I'm gonna meet you at the bar lounge or whatever. She's like, all right, cool. Let me know when you're coming. I had told her he was taking me to my car. So she's like, all right. So he's just like, man, this is just like,
I don't understand. I just want to have a date with you. I don't understand.
I'm like, we was supposed to have a date, but you were so indecisive about going anywhere. I'm just turned off. Like, I just don't want to. He's like,
You're not really gonna give me a second chance. Like, you gotta understand, like, not everybody wants to drive out that far.
I said, you said that already. I said I understood. Because at this point, I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. He was just like,
Man, you don't hear that?
and I'm just like, hear what? Because at this point, y'all, I'm so motherfucking frustrated. This is why I don't give men chances. This is why, like, dates for me is just like, oh, you want to go on a date? Oh, y'all, I'm so tired. The dating scene is fucking trash, okay? Trash. Or I'm just picking trash ass men, obviously. So he's just like, you don't hear that? I'm like, I'm quiet as hell. I'm like trying to hold my breath so I can hear what the hell this man is hearing. He was like, you don't hear that? I'm like, no, I don't. He was just like,
You don't hear that squeaking?
and I was just like, no. He was like,
I'm just saying, like, I need new brakes. Like, I need this.
I was like, you know what? Y'all, why did I just start cracking the fuck up? I was just like, yo, just cracking up because why the wouldn't you just say you needed brakes and you're not trying to drive out that far because it'll be a lot on your brakes? Not only that, but if you needed brakes, why the are you trying to take me on a date? You need to go get your brakes done. Go get your damn brakes done. Like, for real. Why am I in your car right now? Your priorities up. All the way up. So he's just like, yeah, I need brakes. I'm like, He's like,
and I'm probably going to need rotors. Like, you don't hear that because it's squeaking. I know. Like, I'm swear I'm starting to hear grinding.
y'all, I don't hear shit. I know this nigga's fucking lying. Or maybe he's not lying. Either way, I didn't even give a no more. I'm like, this man is weird. This man is probably broke. You know what? I don't even want to talk about his pockets because I really don't know how his pockets were. I really don't. But I'm just like, I'm too good for this. I'm sorry. He just like,
Please just give me a second chance. You're just so beautiful.
I'm just like, okay. Yep. At this point, I just want him to get me to my car. Mind you, y'all, we're still driving. We're still like a ways away. I don't even know why we're a ways away because we were only 15 minutes away. But mind you, when I tell you he drove 5 miles per hour back, and then he went the back way. He didn't go back on the parkway. When I wanted him to go back on the parkway, he's like,
man, let's just go this way because I'm taking you out to eat.
I said, no, I don't want to go out to eat. He's like,
no, you're going to give me this chance.
I said, I'm not. I was like, don't you need to get your brakes done? I'm not. He's like,
all right, I'm taking you.
So he continues to drive 5 miles per hour the back way, all the way home. And I'm sitting there so frustrated. I'm just on my phone, texting my sisters, texting my roommate, everything. Like, this is just too much. So we finally get close to my damn car. Y'all, a 15-minute ride. Because mind you, when we got on the highway, we were only 8 minutes in when he decided he didn't want to go to Top Golf anymore. Decided that he wanted to go somewhere else, and then decided he wanted to go back on and then get out the park. All that happened within 15 minutes, okay? So it only should have taken 15 minutes to go back home. No. Why was I in his car for a whole hour and a half? A whole hour and a half. Why? Why? God, I was so frustrated. I wanted to fight him. I wanted to fight. When I tell you it was really arguing like an old married couple, I really wanted to fight him. Oh my God. I want to fight him so bad. So finally we're getting close to my car. And I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get out this fucking car. I just can't wait to get out this car. So he's just like,
man, Drea, please just give me a second chance.
And I was just like, yeah, you know, I'll hit you or whatever. He's like, you really gonna hit me? I was like, He was like,
man, can I can call you?
I'm like, yeah, you can call me. I was like, that's fine, you can call me. He's like,
you really gonna answer?
I was like, you can call me. Like, it's fine. Because at this point, I'm just not even trying to piss this man off because I gotta get out and I gotta get in my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh God, like, just go ahead. So he's rolled out his window as I'm getting out my car because he's trying to talk to me as I'm walking into my car. He was like,
man, you just look so good.
I'm just like, okay, like, stop saying that. Like, at this point, I don't even want to look good for another man because you're so fucking weird. So weird. Like, we literally could have went and walked along the fucking river. Like, that would have been cool because you know what? I could have got my workout in and we could have had a good conversation. And it's nice down there. Like, damn. So yeah. So I finally hop on my car and I noticed like he's just not pulling off. He's just not pulling off. And I'm just like, yo, like, what is going on? Why isn't he pulling off? Like, I just don't want him to follow me or nothing. So I sat in my car for 10 minutes until, and of course he didn't stay there for 10 minutes. He stayed there for about like 3 minutes and then drove off. So, and I watched him drive away. So I was just like, all right, cool. So I sat there. I called my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, girl. I was giving her the rundown on what just happened and how frustrated I was. And then I met her out. But yeah, y'all, that was like super crazy. And it was so wild because in a car ride home, or not home, but back to my car, he was like,
man, this is probably the worst date you ever been on, huh?
And I was just like, no. He was like,
for real?
I was just like, yeah, no, this wasn't a date. Like, we never even got to the date. So, no, this ain't the worst date I've been on. Like, it just ain't. He was
like, oh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I was just like, yeah, that is crazy. You're really wild as hell. For real. You are, but whatever. So he's like, man, I'm going to make it up to you. Like, whatever. Like, you're not. But anyway, y'all. So, he did. He's been hitting me up. He'll hit me up from time to time. And I never hit him back. He'll text me and be like, really, you're really not gonna give me a second chance? Like, Drea, man, that's like, give me one more chance. Like, uh, what you gonna do for this second chance? Like, for if I were to entertain the BS, if, and that's a strong if, I were to entertain the BS and let you take me out, where we going? Where you gonna take me? Yeah, like, I'm just, no thank you. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I think that's the lyrics, but yeah. So I'm just not. Dang, I need to put my bracelets on or nothing. But anyway, y'all, that's the story. Let me know how y'all like it in the comments down below. Let me know y'all worst date story times, or if y'all have messed with these or tried to go back out into the dating scene. Because like I said, I'm 29 and I don't know. I don't even know where else to meet people. I just feel like it's just going to happen organically when I'm out at the grocery store trying to shop for my next meal prep for the week or something. You know what I'm saying? Or at the gym or something. Because at this point, I just don't even want to go on another date. Well, it's like I do, but it's just like, are you going to be a weirdo? Are you going to be a weirdo? Like, I just don't want to talk to y'all weirdos. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Anyway. Make sure y'all are like, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Your girl is back. But I'll see y'all in my next video.